Hey guys, Dr. John here. Today we're going to be going over an upper trap stretch with a little bit of a twist. Quite literally, actually. This is one of my favorite ones to do, and there's a couple of different variations, so I'm going to show you both. The biggest difference, though, is that you can do this both in standing as well as sitting. So if you're standing planning on doing this stretch, then you're just going to have this arm behind you, kind of bent in 90 degrees like this, and this shoulder is just relaxing for whichever side that you're stretching. You're going to put that arm behind. If you're sitting, you're going to have your hand underneath your leg, your thigh, and you're just going to sit on it that way. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to be stretching my right shoulder, and you're going to be sitting up nice and tall. If you're sitting, same thing if you're standing, just make sure you have good posture. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your head to the opposite side. So I'm stretching my right shoulder here, my right trap. I'm going to tilt my head to the left. And what we're doing by either sitting on our hand or having our arm behind us is we're making sure that this shoulder doesn't come with our head, right? So we're trying to isolate just this lateral flexion of the neck and keep this shoulder down, right? So you're going to relax that shoulder and you're sitting on that hand or keeping that arm behind you to reduce some of that pull. And I'm starting to feel a stretch all the way through my neck here. So this is where we start to have a little bit of fun. If this feels good and you feel like you get a really nice stretch just by tilting your head, by all means, you can absolutely stick there. But for those of you that are looking for a little bit more of a specific area to stretch, this is where you can kind of turn your head while tilting your head to kind of get either through the front a little bit more or a little bit more through the back of your neck. So I'm tilting my head and I'm going to look down towards the ground. And what that does is that now changes the pull through a lot of my trap as well as just the musculature in the back of my neck. So I feel a little bit more of an intense stretch through this area, right through here. Now, conversely, if I go back to our starting position with my head tilted, I'm going to then look up towards the ceiling, and I feel that stretch now through the front of my neck, through some of that sternocleidomastoid, some of those scalenes, those types of muscles, while also feeling it still through my trap. So you can play around with any of those three options, just the tilt, and then the tilt and look down, or the tilt and look up. It really is based on what it is that you're trying to stretch and where you feel like you get the most benefit out of the exercise itself. Now, for duration and holds, it can kind of vary. If you're looking for more of a dynamic stretch, you're trying to warm up, you're in the middle of an activity, and you don't want to sacrifice any of the strength or power in that muscle by holding it for a prolonged period of time, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, something like that, then you can hold it for 5-ish seconds and do multiple reps of that 5-second hold and then relax. If you're just hanging out and you're just looking for some general relief, you're not planning on doing anything too intensive exercise-wise or activity-wise after doing this stretch, then you can absolutely hold it for that 30 to 60 second range and do 3 reps on each side for however long that you're holding it. And that is how you do the upper trap stretch, whether seated or standing.